In the heart of the African savannah, where the sun bled red at dusk and the wind carried the scent of dogs and grass, there lay a small village called Nkaro. Surrounded by dense forests and ancient hills, the village thrived, but it had a dark secret. No one dared walk the fields after sunset, for when the night fell, the shadows whispered, and those who heard them never returned. It began on a night when the moon was thin as a blade. Kofi, a 22-year-old farmer, had wandered from his family's compound to check his traps near the river. He was strong, confident, the kind of man who feared nothing. But that night, his bold steps faded into silence. By dawn, the villagers found only his sandals lying by the river bank, wet, cold, and surrounded by dozens of tiny handprints etched into the mud. The elders spoke in hushed tones. "It is her," they whispered, "the silent mother. She has come again." They told of an old legend of a woman who once lived in Nkaro, long before the village was built. She was shunned for her strange ways and left to wander the forest alone. When she died, it was said that her spirit returned, cold and bitter, stealing the voices of the living to fill her empty heart. For 20 years, there had been peace. The stories had faded until now. Among those who listened to the elders' warnings was Adia, Kofi's 26-year-old sister. She had always been brave, the kind to climb the tallest trees and race the fastest men. But now, she sat quietly by the fire, clutching Kofi's favorite carved wooden pendant in her hands. "I will find him," she whispered. Her voice shook, but her eyes burned with determination. Her mother grabbed her arm. "No, child," she said. "Those who follow the whispers never come back." But Adia could not sleep. Each night, she heard it, faint, distant, the soft sound of her brother's voice drifting on the wind. She knew it was him. She felt it in her bones. On the third day, when the moon was full, she slipped from her hut and followed the sound. The forest was darker than night itself. The trees twisted like bony fingers reaching for the sky, their branches creaking in the wind. The air felt heavy, as if the forest was breathing. As Adia walked, she heard whispers, soft, gentle, like a mother singing a lullaby. But the words were wrong, warped. They crawled into her ears and made her chest tighten. Then she saw them, shapes moving through the trees, figures, men and women, their faces pale, their eyes hollow. They walked silently, their bare feet never touching the ground. Kofi was among them. "Kofi!" she called, her voice breaking. He stopped, his head tilted slightly, as though he heard her, but he did not turn. Instead, he began walking toward a great tree in the heart of the forest. Its bark blackened as if burned, its roots twisting deep into the earth. At its base stood her, the silent mother. She was tall and thin, her skin cracked like old clay. Her hair hung in long, tangled strands over her face, but it was her voice that made Adia's blood run cold. It was soft, kind, motherly. "They are safe here," the woman whispered, her voice carrying on the wind. "They were lost, but I found them. I gave them peace." Adia's heart pounded. "They are not yours," she shouted. "They are alive. They have families who love them." The silent mother tilted her head. "I loved ones," she whispered, "and they took it from me." The ground trembled, the roots writhed like serpents. Faces began to form in the bark, hundreds of faces, men and women, frozen in silent screams. Adia's breath caught. She felt the shadows pulling at her feet, cold hands tugging at her ankles. The whispers grew louder, drilling into her skull. But then she remembered her brother's laughter, his warmth, his joy. She grabbed the wooden pendant from her pocket and held it high. "Coffee!" she screamed. "Come back to me." For a moment, everything went still. The shadows faltered. The villagers stopped, and in Kofi's hollow eyes, a flicker of light returned. He blinked. "Adia!" The silent mother let out a howl, not a scream of anger, but of sorrow. Her body cracked and crumbled as the light spread through the roots, breaking the curses. "You will forget me," she whispered as she faded. "You will all forget." As the sun rose, the villagers awoke, confused, frightened, but alive. Kofi clung to Adia, tears in his eyes. They returned to the village, but when Adia tried to speak of what she saw, no one believed her. The tree in the forest was gone. The shadows no longer whispered, but every now and then, on the coldest nights, when the wind blew just right, you could still hear the faintest sound of a woman crying in the dark. Moral lessons from the story: courage in the face of fear. Adia's bravery in confronting the silent mother shows that true courage is not the absence of fear, but the strength to move forward despite it. The power of love and sacrifice. Adia risked everything to save Kofi, proving that love is powerful enough to break even the darkest curses. Sometimes it takes selflessness to heal what is broken. Listening to the wisdom of the elders. The elders' warnings were not mere superstitions, but a reflection of experience. The story teaches us to value and respect the wisdom passed down through ages. The dangers of ignoring tradition. The vanishings began because the warnings about the cursed forest were ignored. This teaches us that traditions often carry hidden truths that shouldn't be taken lightly. Light always overcomes darkness, no matter how deep the shadows. The dawn will always come. This serves as a reminder that hope and perseverance can overcome even the darkest trials. Thank you for watching this powerful tale of courage and redemption. If you enjoyed this story, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thrilling and emotional stories from the heart of folklore. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next captivating tale. Your support helps us bring these stories to life, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Until then, stay brave, stay curious, and remember, light always finds a way through the darkness.